Hello, I'm Jeffrey Weiss from the Survive and Thrive Coaching Network and the Preparedness Network. I want to welcome you to this exciting new series called Chapters. Chapters celebrates the almost 70 books published by John Maxwell, and though he is the world's #1 resource for leadership today. We'll be diving deep into various books of John's and talking to specific chapters with these books with some certified John Maxwell coaches. If you'd like to find out more about John C. Maxwell books and to get a referral to a certified coach like me, we'd be happy to connect you and find the right coach for you. Whether it's for your personal or business, we have the good people for you. Below you'll find links to our various mastermind classes and workshops that we host during the year. We also host customized trainings for your business, so check us out. If you'd like to find out more about this, please contact me at 818-624-4242, or you can email me at jeff@preparednesstv.info. Today, I'm pleased to be speaking with Lillit Cholakian, an executive coach and corporate facilitator. If you haven't seen the video with Lillit Cholakian talking about the 15 invaluable laws of growth and her favorite chapter of awareness, make sure you click on the link below or at the end of this video and watch that video. We're going to be talking with Lillit Cholakian about her career in coaching and what she's doing with the Maxwell system.
I love what I do, and I do what I love.
That's great. That's the. If you do that, if you love what you're doing, then you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, and I think, my passion is to help people find that.
Yeah.
And help them, because I believe that we're all created on purpose and for a purpose. And we all are gifted in areas that are specifically were given to us.
Yeah.
Not to you, not to somebody else. Whatever gifts are given to me are mine. Whatever gifts were given to you are yours for purpose and on purpose, right?
Right.
So I really believe that. And since I've experienced it in my life and I've seen it in other people's lives, all my life I've loved training and coaching and mentoring, yet a lot of it, the past 20 years or so, I've done it more in technical field with helping people understand how to use the software, and very technical, and I loved it. It was powerful because I know what I do, and I was able to help people use the tools that they're given knowingly and enjoy using those tools. But it came to a point when I realized I get more fulfillment when I see this light bulb in a person's head and the life has shifted. Tiny shift through a coaching or through a training or through a mastermind group that I see the change in person's life gives me more fulfillment, because it changes that person's life, but it also impacts the future generations.
That's great.
And my why, like years ago when I had my kids, I realized my biggest why is to help raise healthy children that they don't spend the rest of their lives fixing their childhood. And it's not in terms of that I work directly with children, even though I've done some programs, and I still do with youth programs. But when a individual, I really believe when an individual is fulfilled and living a full potential life, everybody else around them benefits from it.
Absolutely.
So when I do my coaching and training, I love to see the change in a person's heart, a change in a person's life, and that's what gives me the fulfillment and satisfaction of knowing I'm using the gifts God gave me to inspire and create that tiny shift maybe in their mind. And a lot of it, like I said, it's God's gifts that are given to me. I'm using His gifts, I'm using His tools, and I love that.
I hear from different coaches the importance and the benefit of coaching, because people's, why do I need a coach? Why does someone need a coach?
Yeah.
Why do I need to pay someone X amount of dollars to sit there and listen to me? And I don't know.
Okay, we're coaches, right?
Right.
We're gonna have to
I know the end. Yeah, I know my end.
We have to talk about this, and as much as it sounds like we're trying to sell our services out there, but I really believe, I've had my coaches in my life as well, and my mentors too. There are multiple reasons. First of all, we as human beings are magnificently, marvelously gifted at rationalizing things out of our ways.
Absolutely.
We can get stuck in a box of our way of thinking and rationalize through mistakes that we make, choices that we make, because it just feels so comfortable. So we're in our comfort zones. And the reality is, until somebody from outside of that box doesn't point to us the blind spots right?
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, a lot of times we get stuck inside thinking that I don't know what to do. I want to do this. There's a passion burning inside of the person, but they just don't know how to move forward. The reality is they do. They're just afraid. So what coach does brings out those answers out of the person and challenges them through the questions. John wrote another great book, right? Good Leaders Ask Great Questions.
Oh, great book.
Great questions. That's what coaches do. They ask the right questions at the right time that helps the person recognize that value inside of them, that helps to bring that answer that they actually have inside of them. And that's the power of coaching. We bring what's inside of the person. We're not creating a new person. We just help them bring it out from inside out. And lastly, the accountability. Accountability. We are habitual animals. So we're social animals, but we're also habitual animals. And we fall back into our habitual ways of thinking, of believing, of doing if we're not held accountable. And there's no consistency. So some people, I just recently had somebody share wonderful, it's great that they shared Minute with Maxwell content with a group saying, well, here it is, it's helped me a lot, and I love John Maxwell, you know how much I love him, and I listen to his Minute with Maxwell. But the encouragement this person gives, like, and you don't need coaches, you don't need anybody else, just listen to Minute with Maxwell. My response to that was, well, if you want to live a healthy life, physically healthy life, would you have a bite of apple a day and expect to live a healthy life? Because that's pretty much a bite of an apple every day and nothing else to eat. You cannot develop this healthy person inside of you, right? So coaches help hold people accountable to the action they've committed to themselves. A lot of distraction in our world, unfortunately. I love technology, but technology can be a huge distraction. Our social, economic, political environment is a huge distraction to everything we do. And families struggle, and sometimes we just fall back into the survival mode, but the coaches can help keep them on track. So accountability, I would say, is a huge, huge element of coaching, because without that, a lot of people either drift through life or keep falling back into the habitual ways.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I'm passionate about coaching because I'm a coach, I guess.
Yes, yes.
But I've had my coaching.
By the way, if you want to know what the Minute with Maxwell is, he publishes these little things where he takes one word, and he takes about a minute, sometimes 2 minutes, and he really talks about that and teaches on that one word, and it's I get a
powerful. I really love it. Just in 1 minute, how he can bring so much value out of that word.
It's just well, he's had a few years to hone that skill, huh?
And I love it. Yeah,
it's great. So talk about the different services that you offer. I know you offer coaching.
Yes.
Mastermind.
Yes, I offer the coaching, one-on-one coaching, private coaching with the clients that I work with only on one-on-one basis. They set their goals. We help them set the goals and help them achieve it by holding them accountable, like I said. And it has to be weekly because there's a space. It's important how often you speak to a coach, because if you leave it too long of a time, again, habits kick in. You're not constantly changing. Mastermind groups or group teachings, I do that as well. Lunch and learns and mastermind groups. I also do corporate training, which is helping training into integrity sales, integrity customer service, integrity coaching, training managers how to be coaches, how to coach their people.
Right.
Because that's what managers need to do at any level, middle level, low level management, or executives at a higher level. Coaching is important to learn for everyone. So I actually train others how to be coaches as well, because it's important for managers to know every time I walk into, and I do speaking engagements, so every time I walk into the room where I'm speaking, first question I ask, how many of you deal with people? Guess what? How many hands go up? Everybody's hand goes up, right? And the second question I ask is, what is the biggest challenge that you face? People. Right? So learning how to coach and how to work with people and how to communicate with people is the best way to develop their organization.
Absolutely.
So developing people and profits with integrity is a huge part of my business, whether it's in groups or on one-on-one setting.
Yeah, one of the first questions that I ask people is, I say, how many of you are in customer service? And how many of you are in sales? And sometimes I get very few people who raise their hand. I'm not in sales. I say everybody.
You think you're not.
Everybody's in customer service.
Yep.
Everybody is the customer service. It doesn't matter how deep. If you're in a dark, deep dungeon of the company, you're still customer service for that company. You still work for that, you know. And you're selling, even if you're not selling a product to a end user, you're selling your success to your boss.
Yep. You're selling yourself.
You're selling yourself.
Selling yourself.
You know, it's just like I was out with, I do the Big Brother, Big Sisters, and I was out with my little brother, and he was trying to sell me on a ball. He wanted a ball. And he went through the whole sales process to sell me on why you should have a ball. And it was an incredible little thing to, because I love sales, and I do that, yeah.
Did he convince you?
He did convince me. He did.
That's awesome.
So it was great. It was,
well, add to that leadership. I ask people, how many of you are leaders in the room?
Yeah.
And like, if you look at John's definition of leadership, it's influence.
Yes.
Everyone is a leader. Absolutely. Every single person is a leader. You don't need a position to be a leader.
Right.
Right? Like, you're a leader for your little brother.
Right.
You're having an influence in his life.
Absolutely. We all lead. We all lead in some capacity.
Absolutely.
You know, and we all follow in capacity. We all lead and follow, and that's it. Yeah. So you do the one-on-one coaching, you do the masterminds, you do group coaching, you do youth services.
Training, yeah, I do youth services. I love to do global youth initiatives with the John Maxwell team.
That's a really great thing.
It is amazing to see building that self-belief in youth. Yeah. I really feel like a youth needs a lot of self-confidence, self-belief, and identity. They're struggling with their identity. Helping them build that and see how great they are created on purpose, with a purpose.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's also very powerful for me. I just love it.
And then do you do DISC?
I do DISC as well, yes. I'm a human behavior consultant analyst as well, so I do DISC, and I actually incorporate that.
So why don't you tell us what DISC is?
DISC is basically behavior and communication style assessment.
Right.
So it helps us understand the wiring, my natural wiring, how I'm wired naturally to communicate.
Yeah.
There's a dominant, there's controlling, there's supportive, there's inspirational. Every single style is unique to the person, but it is also, every single style has a blind spot. So when I'm communicating as a control, I'm control, and don't think of a control in terms of that we know controller, I love to control people. No, it's more of a cautious and asking a lot of questions and wanting to have the facts and data behind the let's say, change or decision that I'm trying to make, right? So when I'm a type of personality, communicator and behavior style is controlling, I want to know facts behind the decision I'm trying to make. I'm not trying to be difficult. I ask a lot of questions. I'm not trying to be difficult. I just need to know. That's my natural wiring. But for example, for a talker, they don't need to know as much information. They want to hear the story around it. They want to hear how good it will feel to make this change, for example, right? And they love to be the star on the stage. It's understanding. It's not boxing people into who they are, but helping them understand how they naturally communicate. And the best part of it is when I understand my self-awareness, when I understand myself, how I communicate, then I understand how people, other type personalities communicate. I can flex and adapt my communication style so they can hear what I'm speaking. And I always say the difference is like it's almost like I'm speaking French, this person is speaking Italian, and we won't understand each other until we translate or adapt to each other's language, right?
Wow, that's great.
And that's what DISC helps me do, and I always incorporate that as a part of my one-on-one coaching. I always have my clients do the assessments so they can understand themselves better, and also it helps me to know how to communicate to them so they can see the change and hear the impact and start using that in their environment.
So you're also distinguished Toastmaster, right?
I am 10 years.
That's very good.
I did Toastmasters for 10 years. I got my distinguished designation. It helped me a lot. It really did.
I'm in Toastmasters myself. I get a lot out of it. So how do we get in touch with you if you want to find out more about your business and maybe get some coaching from you? How do we get?
CoachLillit.com is my website,
CoachLillit.com?
and that has all the links, and my name spells with 2 L's in the middle. A lot of people don't know that. It's very unique. I've not seen any other spelling of that. It's CoachLillit.com.
Great.
And it has all my connections. It has all the information and the links to the other websites. And I'm also on the Forbes as well. I've published.
I saw you on that Forbes list. Yeah.
Forbes Coaches Council. So I published an article there, The Greatest L of Leadership, and that was an interesting presentation I had to do at the chamber, and it was powerful to see how leaders, when you think of leadership and how it's important to love people. You know, and love has an acronym, so there you can get the link about that. It is, and it's in the article on that website. So you go to CoachLillit.com, you'll see all the links to all the information.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna put all of Lilit's links. We'll put her Facebook or her Instagram. She has a really nice Instagram. LinkedIn, we'll put her LinkedIn thing. We'll put all her stuff down below in the comments below. If you have any comments for Lillit and you want to ask any questions, put it down in the comments, and we'll make sure she gets the questions so she can respond. And it was really, really wonderful having you and discussing this chapter. And the next chapter, chapter 3, what was that on?
The mirror.
The mirror.
The chapter of mirror, right? It's a powerful chapter too. Every single, like I said, John's, every single one has.
So if you want to find out more of this book, we'll put a link down below for this book, so you can get it on Amazon. We have a link right down there to go to our affiliate link, so you can do that. We do make a little bit of money on the affiliate links, but it's not much. But you don't have to get it from that. You can get it on your own. However you get John's books, make sure you read, because leaders read, right?
Absolutely.
Leaders read. You've got to, if you want to be a leader, you've got to read and listen to podcasts and listen to things and just go to courses and go to trainings. Leaders educate themselves constantly.
And have discussions.
And have discussions like this.
And have discussions, because I really believe the power of taking what you read is applying it and having discussions about it, because it gives you those aha moments.
I hope you enjoyed this conversation with Lillit Cholakian, and be sure to check out the other videos talking about the 15 invaluable laws of growth and her favorite chapter of awareness. There'll be a link below, and you click on it. And if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down below. We'd love to hear from you. And please remember to like, subscribe, and share our channel. Thank you.